Once more with vigor. Please work. Woot! We're good. We're live. All right. Let me go back to my channel, and I'll tweet this out. Copy link.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
And we have a couple of backup freaking topics too, in case this doesn't take. Streaming about PK, Russell, and more. Alright, we're joined by the following: Gilded Dash, Mal the Genderless Cat, and Chiakami just briefly popped in, yes. I think she's here to make sure that we don't screw up. This is probably...
Hi, I'm sorry. I had to restart my whole computer. My mic was like, oh, you want to do this today? No.
Yeah, I've definitely had that situation. Okay. So reading off PK Russell's statement, if you watched my recent video, which maybe it's buried at the end, I just glanced through, it was about animations. You know, recently my Discord server admin has been accused of dating a minor. The only proof the existence was screenshots of him joking about it in my server. I guess we'll get to that and weigh in on that. Saying things like, we've been together 5 nanoseconds and our anniversary is the day after 420. I guess I'll need to see those. These looked like obvious jokes to me. Well, we'll get there. So I made YouTube video explaining that this is not proof of anything. Still didn't see the video. Those are jokes. I clearly said in the video, if I see actual proof or if someone sends me actual proof, both of which had yet to happen, I'd remove him from power. I guess I'd probably, what as the kid said, one of my one of my mods was currently a moderator at the time, and I made my video. I was taking screenshots of the mod chat on my server and secretly spying on all of us. Okay, interesting. This moderator posted a video today showing proof that my server and admin had posted what appears to be lolly porn in another Discord server. Anything that I was completely unaware of at the time, I made the video. Rather than come to me with this information so that I could do something about it, because I had never seen this new evidence, my moderator instead decided to make a commentary video, trying to use this against me. Yes, you should probably try and talk to people first. I've complained to other people about their servers, and when they cooperate, you guys don't get to hear about it generally. I even had I forget what the name of the guy, but he's like, oh, is there going to be a video up about this? I'd like to see it. I was like, I guess I could do a video when everybody cooperates, but it kind of became a low priority in regards to, you know, the more bigger screw-ups out there. Let's see, trying to use this against me, as if they knew about this the entire time. It really was more so a full hit piece against me rather than just saying, hey, this is new info that PK Russell was unaware of. His video was the first I had heard of my server's admins posting, which appears to be lolly porn in another server. Because of this new information, I am removing my server admin's power, removing him from my server, and I'm deleting the video I had made about the situation. Oh, no wonder I couldn't find it. Because while I was accurate when I posted it, is now outdated and no longer accurate. Well, crap, I wish somebody would have backed that up. This moderator of mine who made the video did so without even contacting me first. Yeah, it doesn't sound very bueno. Everyone was sending me the screenshots that I used in my video that I didn't prove anything, but nobody has sent me the screenshots of my server admin posting what appears to be lolly porn. This moderator decided that rather than showing me this and letting me take necessary actions, he would just make the commentary video using evidence. I feel like he's said this already. I wasn't even aware of against me, as if I had known about it the entire time, trying to paint me as an evil mastermind. Saying things like PK Russell is harboring a pedophile in his Discord server. People have been going to the tweets that are completely unrelated to this situation that commentary channels have made, replying with those videos saying, please talk about this, PK Russell is harboring a pedophile. This is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous situation that I did not ask for. I had nothing to do with this, but hopefully, now that the truth is out and actions have been taken, it can be put to rest. Apologies for the abrupt change in the scheduled content. This is just something that needed to be talked about, both in my original video and the situation where people were making these claims with no proof. And now, because more evidence has come out, I am against accusing someone of anything until there is undeniable proof, because if I get it wrong, you're just going to ruin their life. That's why we have the concept of innocent until proven guilty, because if we didn't have that, you could just accuse anyone of anything and instantly it's instantly true in everyone else's mind, even with no proof. Sound familiar? Pro Jared, James Charles, Spockter, Slazo, Glitch. Like, I got the first 4 of those. Recently, H3H3. I don't know about that one, actually. This is why I've always been so reluctant to believe accusations, and I've gotten nothing but mountains of shit for it. You can accuse someone of being a pedophile, and it is later proven that they aren't a pedophile, and you face 0 consequences. But when I say that someone should be considered innocent until proven guilty, people make it out as if somehow support the line of action the person is accused of, and I'm defending them doing that action. When in reality, I'm not defending the action. I don't believe they did the action in the first place, because there isn't enough proof that they did. When I made my first video about the situation, there was no proof. Now, we have screenshots of my server's admins posting which appear to be lolly porn in another Discord server. He said this like 2-3 times. Now I'm aware. While I don't believe he's a pedophile, this is not something I want or near my Discord server. Sounds fair. I guess we'll go through. He had a couple more posts here. Look in these screenshots. I said, what proof? The proof I was sent was someone telling jokes. So let's all weigh in here. Hey PK, I wanted to let you know an admin in your server is dating DBNG, someone underage who is also a mod. I wanted to message you on Twitter just to make sure that you got to be you. I have proof of these claims and want to let you know this is becoming a bigger problem. Okay, let's click the next button. Some of these include context conversations. I hope the conversations are blown up here. Damn it, Russell. This is not proof, Cal. It's clearly joking. Approximately only 3 months, 420. Well, we can't see those. Maybe it shows at the end. Did I include the 1-year screenshot where Boobs and Cal were agreed? Both agreed. I know you're probably close with Cal, but it wasn't pay attention. It would escalate. This is clearly a joke. I absolutely have no time for this. Laugh my ass off. My point is, I was clearly visible, open to seeing sent proof. I only shut down people down for trying to say something is a pedophile because they were told it was a fucking joke. Oh wait, here they go. I think they finally show this. Absolutely not. I said in my statement it was not used, not to contact me. Not send me these screenshots. The server I'm posting lolly porn. Yeah, you explained all this before. Just going through to see if this is all. Here we go. I do not care about any of this drama. I will not participate in it. I handled the server over to someone else. If you have a problem, talk to Cal about it. You've been causing a lot of problems lately. Get it together, or you'll be banned. Stop talking about moderating related stuff in general chat with non-mods. Stop saying things like humor is going to be slowly restricted. I do not have time to deal with this stuff, Kaz. Okay. Stop trying to twist this. My only critique is we can't see the conversation. If does anyone have that on hand, I guess? Question mark. Let me go back to my dashboard. Or, yeah. Going over to PK's DMs, tweets is always. Yeah, I've tried messaging Russell. I've never gotten a response. I guess I'll. One sec. Dear PK, the conversations are super tiny. Can you show them at full size? As for the accusations about the kid, I guess the only critical advice I would have done in my situation is we would have talked to the kid and been like, have they tried slipping into your DMs? I don't have the full conversation, so I can't necessarily weigh in on that. What do you guys think?
So what ended up happening was the video that PK is referring to in his statement, in quotes,
Mhm.
is no longer available on his channel. It was something that was up, but I guess it was privated or deleted completely. I'm not entirely sure because I can't find it anymore.
Yes, he said he took it down.
Yeah, I took it down. um, but Boobus is the child in question. This child has stated that they were 16 on multiple occasions, but then had also turned their back and lied and said that they were 18 on a different server as well. So it did kind of muddy things up just a hair. But the moderator's perspective was that Boobus was 16. And so Boobus and the moderator were kind of just dicking around back and forth, and it's something kids do to get a rise out of people for some fucking reason. Oh, let's make sexual jokes at each other. That'll make people really mad. So initially, it does look like it started as a joke. Period, point blank. They were just fucking around.
Okay.
Whatever. Is it weird that a 22-year-old dude is fucking messing around with a 16-year-old? Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of questionable behavior. But from the screenshots, it didn't look like things had escalated to a degree that people should necessarily have been super concerned. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, yeah, with the power of hindsight, I guess I'd have gone in there and been like, hey, knock that crap off. Like, if it had been one of my admins, why are you being weird around a 16-year-old?
Right, because the admin wasn't doing it in PK's server. It was a different server.
Yeah. So that whole flirty thing, or whatever you want to call it, or memeing it up, that wasn't even in PK Russell server, right?
No, it wasn't. It was in Digby's server.
Oh.
Digby the goat, if
yeah,
you remember
I
him.
am aware of Mr. Digby.
Okay, yeah, it ended up being in his server. Things didn't go too far. PK ended up messaging Boobus and asking him, her. I didn't necessarily catch the pronouns.
I had a dumb question.
Yeah.
So this happened in Digby's server. I understand the admin being in Russell's and why that would be somewhat of a point of interest. Why is nobody mentioning like Digby? It just seems like if it happened over there.
Well, PK didn't want like everyone sending fire Digby's way, so he's like, I'm not going to name names, but by mistake he accidentally left Digby's server name in the screenshots that he was showing, and people were kind of catching on, which is why I'm assuming he deleted the video.
Okay, yeah. To be fair, the only source that I'd seen this from was PK, so yeah, I guess that's probably why I didn't know. So yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I guess I was making a point there, which is now moot. It would have been, wait a minute, if this happened over here, you guys seem like you bent over backwards to bitch at Russell, I guess.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation for me to think about, because while this person was a moderator in PK's server, he didn't necessarily know what was going on between his moderator and this 16-year-old that was in a completely different server that he wasn't in at all. So ultimately, PK shouldn't take responsibility for the actions that happened that weren't even in his server at all.
Again, if I'd have been the person with the screenshots, I'd have been like, hey, could you like maybe look into this and have a word with so-and-so? Be like
Right.
And I guess if like PK would have hand waved that off, I would have gotten kind of salty about it. I don't have the full conversation, so I can't properly weigh on it. Hi, Rouge, how you doing? Is that the long and the short of it? Is the kid coming forward and saying that they were compromised or abused or anything like that?
No, PK messaged the kid. He messaged Boobus, and he's like, what's going on? I heard you and one of my moderators are possibly dating. And they said, oh no, it was a joke that's been going on back and forth. To be honest, I'm pretty sure your moderator doesn't even like me at all. And he's like, okay, great, thanks. And then he ends up messaging his moderator. He's like, hey, what's going on? And the moderator said that nothing's happening between him and Boobus, and it's all a speculation, and that, it's all a ruse, all that other bullshit.
All right. Sounds fair. Anybody disagree? Gilded, Mal, Rouge?
No, not really.
All right. Well, with that being the only information I have available, I will definitely call that part done. There's some other things that I'd like to get to. Who was it? Tencent gave us this interesting Fox News article, which hopefully isn't a video. Okay.
Well,
go ahead.
If you were interested in partaking in more of the PK drama, in quotes, there is a video by Just Stop, another YouTuber I'm not sure if you're familiar with.
I haven't heard of Just Stop. Let me take a look.
So Just Stop did a commentary on that video PK uploaded. So the video that PK uploaded is in his video, if you want me to link it to you.
Okay. Oh, 20 minutes. I guess we could take a little bit of a peek.
Yeah.
Let me open up Chrome.
Yeah, Just Stop basically goes over some of the points that I mentioned while also going over other points like totally fucking big brain that.
What?
Nothing. My brain was like, we're going to stop working now. Great.
That's fine. Let's see. Freaking.
If you want to watch it on your own time, absolutely be my guest.
Okay, yeah, no, it's an awful lot, I guess here.
Yeah, I mean, 20 minutes long. If you don't got that kind of time right now, then it's no big deal. But
is there anything like you've watched it? Yes.
Yeah.
Any point or period in the video that's worth like taking a look at, or anything that's specific? So anything that leaped out at you if you watched it?
Leaped out at me. Well, I have no personal bias between any of these YouTubers because PK, we spoke probably all of once, and this Just Stop guy, I've seen him occasionally, haven't spoken to the guy, whatever. But to give you an elevator story, Just Stop basically says you're kind of pushing aside all the important information and only presenting the stuff that fits your narrative seems kind of suspicious. The end.
No. It doesn't sound that massively concerning, I guess, question mark again.
Yeah.
So, maybe he didn't have all the details, maybe he bum rushed it, sometimes these things happen. You seemed informed on that, and I'm definitely, until otherwise, going to take your word on that.
Okay, great. If I'm wrong, let me know.
Yeah, no, perfect, yeah, that's exactly the standing point to have in these situations.
Can I just make one comment on this whole situation, though?
By all means.
Yeah.
For anybody watching, if you have information about some shit going on and you want people to do something about it, tell them. Don't expect people to be fucking mind readers and know that, hey, this needs to be handled, because they might not know. So stop throwing accusations around. Don't throw accusations around until you let people know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely go to the person in question before you start posting your little drama videos.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm sure that some of you guys have been out there. I finally got him. But if you don't ask first, there's going to be that get out of jail. Well, you didn't tell me. I didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't ask.
Yeah. If you want to look like you're right, it looks so much better when you're the one who I came up to them and they didn't do anything. That's a slam dunk. At that point, you basically insta win almost at that point. So yeah, it's definitely to get to A to B. That's a little checklist you have to get. Get your information, take it to the person. which I guess they kind of did there, but try and contact the victim if you can. If you don't want to have the kid's voice or name involved at all, you could talk to them in private. According to Chiakami told me PK Russell got in hold of the kid. I'm assuming the admin that came forward didn't
what?
talk to the kid.
I mean, I don't know if they were speaking in private or not. I don't think he addressed that. They were talking in Digby's server, other than privately. I don't know.
When I say the admin, I mean the one who just took the screenshots and put them in the yes.
Yeah, I don't think so. It wasn't necessarily clarified, but then again, if he did, then I don't think we'd be sitting here.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. They came forward and they, in no uncertain terms, accused the admin of being a pedophile, did they?
Didn't accuse him of being a pedophile, accused him of being a map.
That's the same thing, isn't it?
Is it?
I was under the impression that everybody says that map is the PC way of calling someone a pedophile. Now, that could just be big brain skeptic talk, but I was under the minor attracted person. Their own tagline is they're interested in kids. Isn't that what a pedophile is? Or I guess you could call
maybe I'm big braining it, because a pedophile is somebody that actually commits the act, right?
No, that's child molester.
Oh.
Yeah.
Big brain.
Yeah. if you're confused, it's okay. I got it.
It's my bedtime.
Now, are some of these words used colloquially, where people use pedophile as someone who's actually molested a kid? Yes. Will that get you in trouble? Keep in mind, slander is damage to good name. If you just admitted you're a pedophile, I'm not a lawyer. Don't take my word as sayer. I don't know how much recovery you'll have if you'll probably be fined if you use that incorrectly. Not a lawyer. Don't take my word on that. That's just my shit interpretation as a layperson. Isn't pedophile the medical term that they use for it? And I guess you could say child molester and map or slang ? Not a doctor.
I will agree with that. I will
to the best of our knowledge.
To the best my little brain can handle.
Yes. I've tried explaining this to other people too, where I'm like, not professionals. The best way I could describe what we do is we're garbage men and women. We provide a service that you guys probably want. There are people out there who are hoarders who don't want to get rid of their garbage, and that's where we start to have problems sometimes. Was that all of it, or did I forget anything?
Pretty much. I mean, you read PK's tweets, so I mean, I guess you're pretty much caught up to speed. So whatever you do in your free time from there.
All right, yeah, no problem. I just saw a bunch of reading on there, and I'm used to PK's eternal credit. His grammar is pretty good, certainly better than mine. I didn't have a hard time going through that. Other than I guess my shit reading, he did an okay job on the statement. What night I die. Sent a re-upload of PK's Russell. I just sent a Just Steps video too if you want. I'll probably look into that later. So I was going to get to, and if you want to dip during this part, Chi, you're good, or you want to stay either or.
I mean, I'm out of bed now, so I might as well just hang out.
Okay, excellent. This is from Fox News. It says, child abuser eligible for immediate release under California's new zero cash bail emergency mandate. God, am I glad I'm not in California. No offense to all my friends in California.
I mean, California sucks right now anyway.
Yeah, a lot of the places suck right now. San Bernardino County Sheriff is blasting California's new zero cash bail emergency mandate after he says he was forced to release a repeat felony child abuse suspect immediately after his arrest. And will release hundreds of potential dangerous criminals back into the public under these new rules. An interview with Fox News reporter Bill whatever it says. Sheriff John McMahon, it's on screen, decided to state the order as dangerous and unnecessary. I just don't think it's good government. It's not safe to force the release of people on zero bail.
Yeah, that's kind of to release people who've committed such awful acts to begin with.
Well, it said specifically immediately arrest. So they're arrested. That would put them just at suspect tier. I think he said one of them was a repeat offender. So no, I don't. Why though? I don't even get that. What does it have to do with anything going on recently?
I know, like you just put the dude in, you just pull a guy over, put the dude in handcuffs, and he's like, "I'll take my zero bail," and he just gets back in his car and leaves.
Jesus Christ. On top of that, I was under the impression, like, bail, whether you win or lose the case, as long as you show up, you're supposed to get that back, right?
The bail money?
Yeah.
No.
It depends on how you go about your bail. If you go through a bail bondsman, they always take a percentage of the bail, but they put up the bulk of the bail for you. So if you go through a bail bondsman, they usually charge you.
Gilded?
You stopped?
I believe bail bondsman, you pay 10%. I thought that was just average. But I guess I just learned that here. The mandate took effect last Monday after California Judicial Council issued an emergency rule ordering that all misdemeanors and some low-level felonies. How's this low-level? Will now have cash bail set to 0 with 13 exceptions for serious and violent felonies. We've already started releasing those fresh arrests that weren't on a list of 13. McMahon said the first night and Tuesday morning there were 6 people arrested on felonies and were released on 0 bail. Now, to be fair, I went out to California for my sister's wedding. It is a beautiful state. Like
Right.
I walked outside and I'm like, where are the bugs? Am I in a simulation? Like, I'm not kidding. I'd leave the door open and no flies would come in. It was
in beyond.
bizarre, and I could
It's
see
all-
why people put up with it. But goddamn, you were saying, Mal?
I was gonna say it's all the weed.
I
Sure.
wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. The sheriff says it includes a repeat felony child abuser who had to release because of the child abuse is inexplicable, does not appear on the state's list of exceptions for 0 cash bail. Well, what the fuck does?
I
Felony
know, that's like your fucking get out of jail free card in Monopoly. Like, what the fuck?
felony child abuse does not fit into the list of 13. Well, what's the 13? You had free padding there in the article. So even though this guy had a prior of domestic violence and convictions for child abuse, if it's domestic, is it his kids? He gets arrested for a child abuse again, and then he will get released on 0 bail with a court date in July. The reporter says, so that it just doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe I'm missing something. No, I'm missing it too. That doesn't seem to me the right thing to do. Protect the citizens of our country. If that person is in our custody, we can protect the victim. If not, we can't. The state issued the mandate to reduce the jail inmates population during the pandemic. I'm really not trying to say anything I'm like, you already have legalized weed. How over freaking flowing could your prisons be? But sheriff,
I mean,
yeah,
it is California.
yeah, I know. Told Fox 11 that San Bernardino County doesn't have an overflowing problem, that the inmates are separated and ordered to wear masks. I just ordered some masks. I had family bugging me to do that. It's going to take like a week for here to get here. Or you mean to tell me that they're plentiful over in the prison?
Now,
Go ahead.
so now what it sounds like going through the article, they're not putting these people away because they don't want to bring corona into their prisons. That's what it sounds like. But
Jesus.
still, you can't just like let them go. House arrest at most, like shit.
This is something politicians are doing, not the warden, right? Like, I'm just curious.
This would have to be something that was brought in by the state government. Yes.
Jesus.
So and I understand the bail system a little bit. I've dealt with this bail system. I spent a little time in jail, so I understand this a little better.
Do you feel comfortable talking about that at all?
I got in trouble for beating up a minivan. Okay, there we go.
Look, we've all
So
been
this
there.
minivan was looking at me funny.
Yeah, damn it! She cut me off. I was just about to do that.
So the way it works, bail is meant to just try and keep people that they're worried are going to go out and flee or reoffend or something. That's what it's meant for. It's meant to keep those people, to try and keep them in jail, or at least secure that they'll come to their court date so that they can be tried and stuff of that nature.
But if you provided you show up, you get your money back, whether you're guilty or not, right?
Yes, that the bail is just there as a contingency to make sure you show up, to make sure that the person shows up.
A little
to court.
collateral.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I understood. I'm like, wow, that'd be a real. It becomes a gamble if you if you're found guilty and they get to keep it. Christ.
So like they can't quite do house arrest for bail because putting you on house arrest is saying you're guilty of something.
Yes.
But
I mean, they gotta keep you somewhere.
well, they can keep them in the prison system. Let's get over it. I mean, if zero bail is just crap, okay? Let's no. This guy's a repeat offender. Zero bail. Come on.
Right, but I mean, I'm sure they don't want to like bring corona into their prisons, which is why I'm assuming they're letting these people go. That's just what it sounded like. I'm not gonna jump to conclusions or anything.
I do understand, but I mean, if you don't want to worry about catching corona in jail, don't do anything to get thrown in jail for.
That sounds fair.
No, you wouldn't catch corona in jail. It's so somebody who has corona doesn't give it to the other inmates.
Again, just make sure the guards are protected. I'm sorry, but it's just. I mean, don't do things to get yourself thrown in jail, and you don't have to worry about this kind of stuff.
Sure.
See, I mean, that's also true.
Let's continue. Our jail system has 7,700 beds, and our current population is 5,020. There's 2,700 beds in our system. I don't know. I guess I would imagine that there'd be a bigger jail in California. Well, I guess not. If everybody's getting out, still the sheriff says, yeah.
That's just their county jail. That's not the state prison. That's the county jail for that county.
Okay. It says 500 inmates are eligible for zero cash bail, including some serious felons, previously denied bail too. Some have already been released. The DA's office, public defenders, and the courts will conduct hearings to determine the fate of the majority. So there's the potential for some serious bad guys, violent people, to be let out under this. That's the sheriff again. Replies, in some days' time, you'll have to work pretty hard to get into jail. Sounds like it. Folks now that are in custody are generally the bad guys, and they're in jail for a reason. Fox 11 reached out to the judicial court to ask why, under these mandates, domestic violence suspects don't get zero cash bail, but child abusers do.
Right.
There's a liberal joke in there somewhere. A spokesman for the consul provided the following statement: I can't offer any legal interpretation of the new emergency rules. Okay, but what I can tell you is that the emergency rule that is established, the temporary bail schedule, was put in place as a way to balance public safety with public health. I can add, in that case where there is a concern for safety, we know many courts are working closely with the local judicial system partners in making release decisions. I just imagine a bunch of judges going, oh no, we got nothing to do with this dumb shit. We have to rule on it, but we didn't get any say in it getting made. To come in for a felony abuse, and you have priors for it, and to get released for zero bail and walk right out of the jail. This is not good government. It's not safe for our residents, and it's frustrating, absolutely, said a local prosecutor for the Los Angeles County confirmed in Fox 11 that child abuse suspects are now eligible for immediate release in California. Go to jail, spit on your boss, but if you give a child a black eye, you're free to go, he said under the new rules. If this were in a fucking TV show, you'd call bullshit. You'd be like, this breaks my immersion. This couldn't happen.
Right.
This is stupid. Okay, I got like one more itty bitty thing to get to that I saw here. I don't quite know all the ins and outs of this from Leo Convoy, so I'm just going to read along, and if we get lost, we could abandon it. This guy who's super obsessed with Momoru from Gao Gai Gar. I'm not familiar with any of this shit. Is this weeb stuff or what? So everybody else is lost. Cool.
I think it's I think it's an old cartoon.
All right. Is outed for child predator. Whoever could have seen this coming. All right, so we'll get to this thing here. CW pedophile. What does CW mean, by the by? Okay, I got the wrong people.
I think it meant
Big
content
brain.
warning.
Oh yeah, content warning. That's what that means.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't scroll down. Weird that this Gretchen Scrumbelievable is actively taking the side of a claw shrimping as an outed pedo. These are some interesting names. Here's just one example of claw shrimping being a pedo, and it's even in this exchange, okay? Approached me under the guise of, that name's on screen, they made it clear that they were an adult, and before we discussed an RP, they seemed interested in it until before we started, where they flipped their lid about drawn CP. Fucking anime game fan art. Man, this creep and their toadies have been shrieking at me and my friends for months now, and I'm sorry that we've been so awful to you, everything. Thanks. Okay, let's get to this next part. From Reddit. No, nothing. Does they roleplay on Reddit? Anyways. That was my knee-jerk reaction when I was skimming this earlier. Hello there, I was wondering, that's in the way, interested in role-playing, been wanting to do some gay role-plays lately. My main partner has been busy. Sure, my Discord is clawshrimp4143. If you want to discuss it, I can list off all my fandoms there, since I didn't even notice your message, and it slips my mind to check Reddit a lot. Whoops, sorry for responding too late. I didn't get anything that proved that there was a kid involved. Let me go back to the Leo's thing here. I guess I'll have to do some more digging on that before I really properly weigh in, or I might be completely out of my element. Anybody who wants to find out more, feel free to follow at Leo Convoy on Twitter. He's very instrumental in keeping children safe online. I was going to say, I can't necessarily curtail that to one fandom. He's been around. Anything else going on, guys, or...
Dude, literally nothing.
Yeah, I know. Oh, fuck. All right.
I mean, there was the Cure of the Wolf stuff, but, you know...
Yeah. Well, alright, I'll address this here, and I will use super duper kid gloves because Shiokami was nice enough to come on stream. I slipped my thoughts on the Cure of the Wolf thing in my response to Not a Furry. And I was like, well, I need to get to it. That, and I'll be able to use Cure of the Wolf in the tags, which will help bolster the video, so...
I need views.
What? I needed to get to the topic. I have a lot of topics to get to, so sometimes I have to compress content. They claimed that they were 14. That sounds believable. Call me a sucker. That's possible. I didn't know at the time. If I would have known that, and I've gone back and forth in my head, would I have mentioned Kiro? I mean, I feel like you have to warn people, but at the same time, maybe not. That's a tricky one. There's certain, like, you specifically on those topics, you want to warn kids, but at the same time, you'd be like, don't look up anything about Zeusatus. Holy shit.
Right. I was like, not for the faint of heart, not for minors, stay away.
Yeah. I remember Noel from Kiwi Farms where he's like, we're not really going into massive details. That made me go like freaking, I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure Jim talked about it. And I listened, I'm like, oh God. So I got into like a half hour of a 2-hour podcast and said, done, no more. But hopefully I will keep myself busy and just let that argument die on the floor, ? I'm sure I've got other stuff to get to.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, if Kira wants to talk, my ears are open.
Oh, no. I didn't mean Kira. I meant Not a Furry.
Oh, hot big brain. Yeah.
Oh, here, we'll Brony Inspector pointed it out the other day. There was a Cothrix was talking with another furry, kind of I wish I could remember the guy's name. Kind of a bland milk toast kind of furry YouTuber. I think he's got about 7,000 subs, and he just did a video covering maps, and
Okay.
it took him 7 minutes to like get to his thesis statement. He's sitting there playing a Pac-Man game, and most of the time where he's talking about maps, and you might be able to see where this is related, he's bitching about Twitter. To be fair, yes, there is a major, massive presence of minor attracted people on Twitter. Yes, that's
Yes.
exactly where they are. But that's not what he's bitching about on Twitter. He did everything in his power to sanitize that video to keep it ad friendly, and it does almost absolutely nothing to inform it. And we're going through like looking up his stuff. What the hell was it? There was like a post on another website where he gave like a sentence that summed up his whole video. that did it
Yeah,
perfect.
I haven't watched Koth in a long time.
No,
It's
no,
been a
not
good
Koth.
minute.
No. Here, let me blank real quick here so I will hunt this down real. It's absolutely. Me and Bernie
Because you-
Inspector's thoughts were exactly the same on this. We were like, at least Koth, when he says something, he believes in it for about 30 seconds. Seether Cord.
Yeah.
Have you?
I think I've heard of him once or twice.
Yeah, furries need to reject maps, and it's okay. Yeah, that's a really good here.
Yeah, it's a good message.
It's a good message, but he could have been, I don't know,
Angry. Aggressive.
a little bit more passionate. A little bit. He kept like, and I don't want to do this to him because he'll be like, I was this non-offensive and you still found a way to get angry. I'm not.
We're not offended.
Yeah,
We're not offended that you took the PG route of your video.
he kept bringing up like LGBT like right alongside map, and I'm like, what are you doing? No, you don't have to do this. I don't want to say that he like muddied the waters, but I'm like, this is a very weird way to pad out this video. You could have gave examples of terrible people. And you could have blurred a lot of things and kept it safe that way, but you just sort of rambled on. Again, let me grab a clip of this. I'll stream it here. Paste. Oh, freaking ad.
It's always how it goes.
Yeah. And skip. All right. And Discord and stream. Go live. Yeah, I got it. We're not going to be watching all this, no way in hell. Yes, if you're paying attention, I totally downvoted this. I noticed as I watched this, again, Bernie Inspector does this voice he calls the over-apologetic furry. And the same cadence, I was like, this sounds like Seether Cord. And he's like, I didn't do it on purpose.
Is the stream supposed to see this, or?
Oh, it's not?
No, it's
yeah, that's
black.
right. I've had it blank this whole time because I'm stupid. All right. I'm just the big dumb today. All right. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it is early in the morning.
Yes, it is early in the morning. Chrome bunk. There we go. Okay.
Hey guys, this is Seethercord here, and welcome to my newest video for today. For today's video, I'm going to dodge really making like funny jokes and such and having fun because today's video is going to be
Oh, don't worry. He holds up to that. There'll be no fun in this video whatsoever, and it also will, at the same time, while not being fun, he will also not be like much of really anything.
a very serious topic, and I'm not going to directly say what's really serious in this video because I know that can really trigger the YouTube censors and all, and also it's just a very toxic, very messed up thing to bring up, and I don't really want
Get to
involve
the
that in my
point.
channel.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest with you. I'm actually not going to argue about. Okay, cool. You want to use toxic here? All right. I'll surrender that point. Totally is.
Much, so I'm just gonna get it out of the way and just do this video without really any joking and just move on from it because this is a very serious thing that I feel like if no one really brings it up and calls it out, it could get dangerous and it's really bad. And also how I feel that the furry community might potentially get involved with it, and I want to make sure that
It not potentially. If you look around Twitter, it has a little bit.
doesn't, because I don't want to have the furry fandom's image tarnished or really like get poisoned by something as toxic and bad as this is. So with that all out of the way, let's begin now. Where do we begin? This is going to involve Twitter, which, if you didn't already know, Twitter is pretty much, in my opinion, the worst major social media platform out there right now. I've never really been a Facebook person. I've actually spent more time on Twitter than I've had on Facebook throughout my life. But
What does Facebook have to do with anything? I don't.
I think he's just trying to like correlate the two. I don't know.
Could.
Also, can I just
deny that
Go
even
ahead.
with my little amount
Sorry.
of
I
time
just
on
want to
Facebook,
mention
Yes.
that he's like, I'm going to keep this as friendly as possible so I don't trigger YouTube censors. I don't think a dude who has like 8K subscribers should be worried about YouTube censors.
I think he meant the demonetization.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll be honest with you. I had a video about 2 months back, I think, where Rouge asked me how much did that make. 40,000 views. I made about I think under $10.
Right.
It wasn't long. It wasn't long enough to get multiple ads. 2,000. Let's be super generous and say that he made $2.
Right.
Facebook,
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you can use that $2 to buy yourself a roll of toilet paper if he really needs to wipe his ass. But
I would have thought the prices went up. Anyways,
Facebook at least has its crap
I'm a little we already had a lot before the whole thing went down.
going for it better than Twitter is right now, because Twitter is just a mess. It's a shit show. It's horrible. The reason I say this is because Twitter is a definitely very toxic area that is not moderated well. They ban people that don't deserve to be banned. There's a censorship problem, and people that do deserve to get banned by doing harmful stuff, they either get away with it scot-free, or it takes just so long for Twitter's moderators to actually step in and stop them.
Now, I know exactly everything he's talking about, or at least I can kind of vaguely assume, but you
Right.
wouldn't know it from watching this video. Like what? Like what?
if you're not in the now, you're not in the know.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is meant to be an informative video, and I'm not being informed on literally anything. If you, the way it's phrased, and you have to know everything he's talking about, which means you don't need the video at all. And
Which means you have to be a furry. And you also have to know what maps are. And you also have to have Twitter. And you also have to have Facebook. And you also have to have anything else.
I don't think you need any Facebook. He just said
No,
he had. Yeah,
I was just saying that as a joke because he mentioned Facebook.
we might as well throw a vertical chicken cooker in there while you're at it.
And these people
And you also have to
already
be
made
playing Pac-Man.
I think I might have been the first time I watched this. I was just focused on the Pac-Man game.
damage, and they're starting to do this again right now with what we're about to talk about today. Another reason why I'm kind of turned off from Twitter, and this is just in my own personal opinion, so if you disagree with me on the reason of why I think Twitter is at this state, then you can disagree with me wholeheartedly. But in my honest opinion, Twitter at this point has now gone from just a quick little social media app where you can just post whatever's on your mind, which some people still do, but a lot of people now use it to really like vent their frustrations and enforce their own political beliefs and everything, which everyone can from time to time, but there are a lot of...
I assumed it was always like a quick shit posting, like...
Yeah, along with every other social media app ever.
But it was,
Like, what the fuck?
I mean, at very first, it was what you had enough for like maybe 2 lines when it first dropped, and they kept making it longer and longer.
Yeah.
So, but he didn't even really properly convey that so much.
people that use it specifically for that reason of either venting or just forcing their ideology on people, and it just gets really toxic. It makes it really annoying to follow people, certain people, and then just have that pop up on my feed a lot. So it just makes my time on the platform super unenjoyable. And it's just gotten so toxic to the point where I just can't really spend that much time on it anymore. I only really
My original idea was to sit there and have a little toxic counter every time you brought it up, but
use it now,
Right.
so that way I can update you guys on my content and really just get more of my YouTube content out there. I don't really use it to have fun that much anymore. It used to be a lot of fun, but now it's just grown into this
3
really
minutes.
creepy, ugly flesh ball of just messed up moderation and just a lot of crazy people on the site as it is.
And you know what would have been good right there? As soon as you said creepy, messed up, that'd have been a great segue to go to map, right?
Right. In my personal opinion, if I was watching this video by myself, this would have been the time I checked out and moved on to a Gotcha Life video or something.
I mean, I would have checked out when he was giving his personal history. I would have been like, this is boring. I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah. I don't understand. Like, I mean, I guess I get it because it's all about the people you're following. My Twitter isn't toxic at all. Nothing ever happens on my Twitter. Why? Because I'm following boring ass people. So if you're following the right people, then you're gonna get the right kind of stuff.
There's someone I won't bring the name up for once. Usually is on the good side of things. If you ignore politics, which yes, that's all you have to do. If you like somebody and they talk about politics, just look at your shoes until they're done. I guess ? Which is something I don't do typically. They had a big, major, massive blow up because of relationship stuff, and I started seeing you're the worst person ever, and I'm like, really, in furry, this makes them the worst person ever. This doesn't break the top 100. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, just a little bit more.
Is. Now, to discuss what we've actually been talking about today, I actually made a tweet that was a really short, kind of just dumb tweet that I made just because I thought it would have been funny. I made a few nights ago, and it actually ended up becoming my most successful tweet of all time with about 80 favorites.
All right, can't go anymore. Are you going to talk how you walked your dog next?
Is this supposed to be informative, or is this just him telling us about his day?
Yeah.
Right. Please tell me what kind of cereal you had today. Was it Captain Crunch?
Did you have skim milk with your cereal?
I'd rather watch a Night I Die video.
Shout out to Night I Die in the comments.
That guy is way more freaking, what's the word, entertaining than this faggot.
Oh, yeah, no, what was it? Freaking... That was, we were like, oh, at least when Koth screws up, at least you're not bored. Like, oh god, what did he say?
Yeah, I mean, not to be an absolute cunt, but I can't watch commentary YouTubers
that sound like this. Hey guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're gonna be talking about the furry fandom.
and it's so fucking annoying.
To be honest, I was more entertained than this guy.
I mean, to be honest, I take shits that are more entertaining than he is. So.
Oh, Jesus.
See, that's relatable content.
I want to weigh in on this one, and this is more of a fun-loving dig. There's a channel called Augie RFC, and I think one of his side channels is Red Fox Commentaries. And someone made a remark, is like, it's one of my favorite furry channels. He's like, I'm not a furry.
Dude,
It's
same.
the logo. The logo is like literally like a red fox. It looks just like a furry channel. It looks more furry than most of the furry channels. I mean, I know you typically don't talk about it, but you know, outside looking in, that's what it looks like. All right, I think we've gotten to the end of it. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Godspeed.